Hope everyone is doing great today. And if you're not doing well this year so far, after today, I hope you have an amazing time ahead. So let's move on to today's webinar. I am Anto Gibson from BoldDesk team, and this webinar is all about why customer experience tends to break after your first 1,000 users and ways to fix them. So this is going to be our agenda. What determines customer experience in a help desk? So, which is determinants of customer experience in a help desk. Then, is it broken now? Which where I'll be showing you ways to find out whether your help desk is already in the verge of breaking or no. Why does it break after scale? Like after a certain user threshold, maybe 1,000 users, could be 100 users. The count may differ, but after a certain threshold, why your support system starts breaking, the reason behind that. Once we find the reason, then it is just a matter of perspective and thinking where it comes to fix. How to fix is the next in the agenda. In the middle, I'll also be showing you some BoldDesk examples so you can compare that with your help desk system, or you can see for yourself the tools that are available to stop this breaking from happening. So first, what are these determinants? These are the points with which your customer experience can be determined. They can be positive or negative depending upon whether it is already in the way of breaking or not. So firstly, we have speed, which is first response time plus time to resolution. So the ideology behind that is the total time that you're spending in a ticket in average throughout your help system is speed. Next, we have accuracy. Correct answers, fewer reopens, fewer transfers. These are all the accuracy determining factors, and accuracy determines your customer experience. So what do we mean by correct answers? So if we give them correct answers, the customers will not reopen the ticket again. And if we provide the correct guidance, there won't be much transfers. Next, we have consistency. Similar issue must have the same solution across your help desk. If they differ, then there is a possibility that it is already in the verge of breaking, I would say. Next, visibility. How transparent your help desk is to everybody in your team, whether it is your higher level managers, product owners, whoever it may be. Everyone should be able to see what is happening inside your help desk, and the data should be transparent. That is where visibility comes in, and it determines your customer experience big time. Next, we move to process maturity. Usually, support system that has been around for a long time in the field have this process maturity. As you can see, we just need a clear workflow, proper definitions of the workflow or tools that you already are using. Then we have cleaner handoffs. These will avoid unexpected process flows, whereas if you have cleaner workflow and other things in check, the workflow will be more predictable and easier to manage. Then we have self-service readiness. How ready or how open your customer service is in terms of providing guidance so that the customers can solve the issues on their own. This can be achieved by knowledge base domains, or you can have documentation websites. Next up is scalability. This might look like a single word, but it actually has so much depth inside. Let's say your company has 10 support tickets coming in each and every day. On busy day, the 10 might turn 50. But what if it suddenly sticks with 50 every single day? Then the user count has been increased. But if you are able to handle, even if the user count is higher, you are stable. If you cannot handle that, then your support system is not stable, it is not scalable. Simply put, with the increase of user count, if the chaos is not increasing, then it is scalable. If the chaos increase as soon as the user count start increasing, then there is chaos. Next, we have security. Security is a pretty common term, which is ensuring proper access to each and every role in your team. For example, only managers should be able to see tickets that is of different departments. An accounts agent should not be able to see tickets that are going to the technical side. And also, customer data handling should be really secure, no data leaks. Thereby, security is all about gaining customer trust. A question: what do you think is the biggest CX pain right now for your support system? Because we just learned what are the determinants. So, with these determinants in mind, what do you think is the biggest pain for your customer experience or your support system's customer experience right now? You can drop your answers in the chat box, or if you have any query at all, anytime in this duration of the webinar, you can post your questions in the chat box as well. Our experts will be answering them at the end of this webinar. Yeah, what is your biggest pain right now? It could be backlog in growth, too many follow-ups or angry customers, first response time slipping, tickets getting duplicated or missed. Because if you can analyze yourself with this question, it'll be helpful for you in the upcoming slides. Okay, so we move on to the next slide. Is your CX breaking now? How do we find that out? I have classified the signs into two different categories. One is early warning signs, then the next one is team signals. Early warning signs are the signs that you can identify from the customer's end, the way the customers behave, or the from the customer side itself. For team signals, we'll get these points and identify these things internally from the agent side. So for early warning signs, the first point is ticket backlog grows weekly. So if you find your ticket backlogs are slowly growing up, for example, this week, at the end of this week, if you count 10 backlog tickets and you compare that to the next week, if you get 20 backlogs just next week alone, then there is a slight disconnect. There might be something wrong going on. Next, we have first response time creep up. Similar to the previous point, if this week the average first response time is around 1 hour to 1.5 hour, and the next week if you compare that, if it is like a 2 hour to 2.5 hour, there is like a 1 hour jump. So that is not a good sign. Next, we have customer tone shifting. Sometimes the customers they're polite, and sometimes they'll be like, I'm still waiting, when can I get a response, what is happening, am I doing something wrong, do you need any more information? These texts might look like pleasant, but actually these are responses of frustrated customers. They cannot wait, they're like they want immediate answers. Your first response time or time to resolution is not up there yet. So they're just frustrated and their tone is shifting from their normal conversation. You need to identify these sentiment changes in order to rectify or in order to find whether your customer experience is breaking now or no. Next, we have team signals. Agents complain about volume. This is not simply a weekly agent frustrated type thing, but genuinely some agents will complain because they are overworking or they are overwhelmed with a lot of tickets. If this keeps on happening, there is something that is worth looking into. The product owners or higher level managers, they need to look into whether the system is assigning tickets properly to the right team. Next, we have multiple people responding to the same thread. This is a bit complicated issue. Let's say we have 5 different departments, and one ticket resolving needs the help of all 5 departments. Now, if you check the ticket, it will look like a group chat where 5 people are conversating, including the customer. Now, from the customer's end, this does not look good. I came for an issue to resolve, and they're talking to themselves. What type of support system is this? They will have the wrong type of idea sometimes. Next, we have ticket falling through cracks. So, as it is mentioned in the bracket, it is lost ownership. This is also relating to the previous issue where 5 people are responding to the same ticket. There might be, unavoidable circumstances where you have to transfer tickets to different teams. While transferring it, the first person who started the conversation, the first agent who actually started the conversation, should take full ownership, and he should make sure and follow up that the ticket is resolved before closing. But if there's like four people already talking in the same ticket, they will forget who actually this ticket is assigned to initially. That is going to cause a big problem in the future. Again, to keep your brain refreshed, I'm going to ask you another question. If you had to pick one metric from your support system to improve in the next 30 days, which would it be? And if you have found your metric you want to improve, and what is the number? Is it first response time, customer satisfaction, time to resolution, backlogs? It may be something else. You can always drop your answers in the chat box. Okay, I hope we had enough time to post answers for this question. So let's move on to the next slide, which is why customer experience breaks after the first 1,000 users. This is an important section actually. I believe that any problem can be solved easily once we found the root cause. And this is basically the root cause for most of the customer experience breakage. So first thing, no ticket prioritization. If we don't prioritize tickets, everything feels urgent. Okay, to see that more clearly, let me open BoldDesk. Let me open my BoldDesk portal that I just created a while ago. This is a new account. If you want to get your own BoldDesk trial account, you can head to bolddesk.com and try it free for 15 days. It is free. You don't need to provide any details from you. Just register your email ID and that's it. You'll get access to full features. So let me open this ticketing module here. As you can see, there is a lot of tickets. These are the default tickets you get here. Now you can see we actually have prioritization tags, which is helpful. But let's say the ticket count is so high, like this. And if I scroll down right now, everything looks high. Everything is high. So I don't know which ticket to pick first. I am very clueless. I have like what 65 tickets that is not resolved yet, and I keep on scrolling. Everything is high. Everything is high. I don't know which ticket to pick first, and just looking at this is going to break my mind. And sooner or later, the customers are going to get frustrated and they will start leaving. So the next point is no SLAs, no escalations. So what this means is that if you don't have your SLA policies or no reminder system for breaching those SLAs or escalations, you cannot predict when the customer will start getting frustrated. So keeping a predictable system using SLA policies is very important. Next, we have channel fragmentation. We have so many platforms for support or communication with customers these days. We have email, chat, social forms, ticketing system directly, or even live chat widgets. All these things are effective means to communicate with your customers. But if we communicate there, sometimes the customers might also open a ticket inside your support system. Now they have two different ways of communicating with you, and that is just duplicate work. And sometimes after solving like half of their query from social media conversation, they might shift to ticketing system, finding your support system online. They open a ticket, and now all the context that they have given in the social media conversation is lost. That is again a big issue. Next, we have self-service. If we don't have proper self-service, it becomes repeated tickets over and over again. Let's say a customer opens a ticket for password reset or something like that. Uh, every time agent has to do it. All right. If we have a separate article for that from your company or your support system itself, they can just refer to that article and they can do it on their own. Next up, visibility. If there is no visibility, The higher level managers, they cannot take any actions. They don't know why is it breaking, why the company is facing a revenue drop. They will not understand what is going on. So they cannot manage, they cannot measure, they cannot take any steps. Simple as that. So another question. You saw what are the ways that it can be breaking and why it is breaking. Now tell me, where do most of the tickets or support queries for your help desk system comes from? Is it email, in-app chat, web form, or social media? If you have any other means of getting support queries also, you can drop that in the chat box so that others can check that out. Why I'm saying this is because when we say socials, people will think of WhatsApp, Instagram, Facebook, Telegram, Twilio. There are many other apps, right? So other than this, if you guys are using any different applications, please drop them in the chat box so that people can check that out. It might help them as well. Okay, time's up. So now we move on to the part where I'm going to show you what are the ways to actually fix or improve your customer experience right now so that they will not break in the future. Firstly, centralized channels. In other words, I can say omni-channel inboxes. Let me open BoldDesk again, where, all right. So here you can see BoldDesk supports a lot of conversation channels, including live chat, WhatsApp, Facebook, Instagram, phone numbers, SMS, Telegram, Line. There's so many. If you can see, you can also make calls with others, and all these calls will be tracked inside tickets as well. So basically, it will look like this. This is the inbox. Like I said, this is a new portal, so there's no conversation here. So this is where all the conversations will be posted. So whatever it is, WhatsApp, Facebook, every conversation will be there. They can open it and they can check that out. So let me open this on the other portal which I was showing you. Okay, so this is a chat that is open from Line app. They can just converse here to the customers. Once the issue is solved, you can change the status, and that's it. The conversation is done. Now imagine a customer has to go to actual Instagram. They have to open a new tab. They have to open Instagram. They have to initiate conversations with the customers. Once the issue is resolved, they might have to switch back to your agent portal. We think it is very simple. It's just tabs away, but there are options that they can get distracted. For example, the agent who opened Instagram there, they might start scrolling reels. They will lose track there. They will just lose the time. We cannot afford that. When they have unified inbox like this, they cannot use any excuse. You don't need to open Instagram in a separate tab. You just can use it here. Next, prioritization rules. Okay, let me open BoldDesk again. As I showed you earlier, BoldDesk has priority tags in them. We can set it to low, normal, high, and critical. But just having tags is not easy. We need to have tools that can automatically assign these priorities so that the managers have full control over which tickets are actually urgent and which tickets are normal. So to do that, I'm heading to ticket automation section and I'm going to create a new ticket trigger. With this trigger, I can control which ticket is automatically marked as high priority or critical priority. So I'm going to name this as urgent priority rule. Then I have to select business hours. We can create custom business hours in BoldDesk as well, but I'm going to select 24/7 calendar hours for now. Then I'm going to select subject. So whenever the word urgent is there in the subject, I'm going to mark that ticket as critical priority tickets. So I click next. The field is priority. Select critical. And I click add. Okay. So now to show how this works, let me go to the ticket creation portal, which is just a customer portal. I click create ticket. I'm going to give the subject for the ticket as urgent priority. Oh, wait, not priority. Urgent fix. Okay. I I need an urgent fix. So please respond. So, okay. So the type of this ticket is incident. Then I'm clicking create. Okay, the ticket is now created. Now let me go back to the uh, admin portal. I open the ticket module. If you see, the urgent fix ticket is now created as critical priority by default. Okay, so the next point is SLAs plus escalation. It is as important as priority. So if you prioritize tickets but you don't have reminders to remind you for responding or remind you before the SLA breaches, the prioritization becomes useless. So we have to define proper SLA policies for each and every support system, and also define escalation timings so that agents respond in time. Let me open BoldDesk portal again so that I can show you how an SLA actually look like. So I scroll down, open this SLA place. I'm clicking in add SLA. So here I am going to name this as critical priority SLA. Okay. Here again we have the operation hour selection provision. You can do that. Then apply SLA to the tickets that meet all these conditions. So I want to apply this only on critical priority tickets. So the priority is critical. I click next. Here, as you can see, we have so many options to set as SLA targets. So these are the targets for critical. 1 hour is the first response time, and next response time, time to resolution, everything is there. I'm going to set this as minutes, 30 minutes. Next response time should be 1 hour. Time to resolution is 1 day. I don't need the rest because I just want to focus this. And then you also can control whether you want to receive reminders and escalation messages. So I click next. Here I can control what type of reminder that I can send. In 30 minutes, I need to send the first respond reminder. As soon as the ticket is opened, the very first 30 minutes, if we don't respond to the ticket, it is going to immediately send a responder. And who should it send to? It can send to leads group, and the agent will be me. I don't need the other reminders for now. And I click next. Then again, for escalation, once the SLA breaches, this will trigger. So do I want escalation immediately? Yes. I can also delay the escalation up to 7 days. The group will be leads and the agents will be me again. So I click add. So now with this critical priority SLA, whenever a critical ticket is created, within the very first hour, it will notify me if I have not responded yet. So to show that in action, I might need another 2 days to actually show that so that it has proper data. So let me go back to this portal again. This is the portal that I've been using for a while so that it has so much data in it. So let me open the notification section, and now you can see we have resolution SLA escalation, first reply SLA escalation. So all these notifications will be here. And since BoldDesk accounts connect you with your email, you will also get an email notification for these notifications and breaches. Next point is automation, assignment, tagging, and routing. We saw how to fix this using our prioritization and SLA policies. Uh, but now we also need to automatically assign the tickets to a certain group. To show this again in action, let me go back to BoldDesk. Then we go to ticket automation again. We have a separate page called auto assignments. If I click add rule, high priority automation. If the subject has, actually I don't need this because the ticket will already be high priority. So I'm just going to click next. Okay, let me select brand. The brand should be individual brand. I'm going next. So here is what is important that you need to focus more on. We have round robin event distribution and we have round robin load based. So what this does is the round robin event distribution helps you to assign tickets based on a regular order. It does not take into account how other agents are loaded. For example, if there is 10 agents and one guy has 10 tickets and the other guy have only 5 tickets, the round robin even distribution, it doesn't care about it. It just assigns in a particular order, that's it. But round robin load base will assign after checking how many tickets are assigned to that particular agent. If a new ticket comes in, the 10 ticket agent will be assigned lesser tickets compared to the agent who already has 5 tickets assigned to their name. So now I'm going to select the group that is eligible for this auto assignment. So if I select leads, all the agents under this lead group will be counted and the ticket will be evenly assigned inside this group. And I click add. Now we have successfully created an automatically ticket assignment rule, which will be helpful from now on. Next up, we have knowledge base plus service portal. We need to maintain our own knowledge based article system and also documentation portals so that customers can check them out whenever they have a query instead of immediately opening a ticket. Next, we have analytics. Proper analytics mean having reports and dashboard. So if you have dashboards that are clearly shows the metrics of your support system, there is nothing more helpful than that. So to see that in action, let me go to BoldDesk again. BoldDesk has so many dashboards that you can work with. It can be based on tickets, ticket metrics, work log, ticket conversion, conversation, AI agents, AI copilot usage, and other things. But you also have a facility to create your own dashboard. So I'm going to name my dashboard as resolution overdue tickets by agents. So I'm going to segregate tickets by agent that are overdue based on resolution time. So the category is system, viewer, any agents, editor, private. Only I can edit this, and I'm enabling auto refresh 15 for every 15 seconds. This dashboard will auto refresh. Then I click create. No widgets are found. So now we have to add widgets. I'm looking for this widget here. Sort by name. By default, the widget type is table. I'm going to choose something that is more visually appealing, which is chart and a donut chart. A donut chart is actually good looking. I'm going to group this by agent. So you can preview this and I can add. So you see now, since my company only has one agent in this portal, so we can only see like one ticket is assigned in my name and there's three tickets that is assigned to nobody. But if you check this in an actually active portal, like here, you can find out which agent is performing good, which agent is not performing good. And with this metric, the high level managers can easily identify what are the steps that they need to take so that this can improve. So With all that data in your head, I want to answer one last question, which is what becomes your most or what becomes your biggest bottleneck as volume grows? So let's say tomorrow you just start doing amazingly inside your own support system, and there's too many people using your customer support. And what do you think is the first biggest bottleneck that you will be facing? Is it assigning tickets efficiently, handling multi channel conversation, managing SLAs, keeping knowledge updated? Whatever you could think of, BoldDesk has a solution for that because I just showed you how simple and easy it is to use BoldDesk. You can set it up within 10 minutes. You take each module, it'll just take 10 minutes to actually assign and finalize your rules and system. And make sure to drop your questions in the chat box so that as we are closing the end of the session, please make sure to drop all your questions that you had in mind in the chat box so that our experts will be answering that soon. And feel free to check out BoldDesk's 15-day free trial by heading to www.bolddesk.com. Uh, Explore our knowledge base to find out how efficient it is. You can contact our support anytime. Then you can also schedule a demo with one of our experts. They will walk you through all the features that is available. So once again, I appreciate every single one of you who just tuned in. Thank you for listening. You guys were amazing audience today. And this is the final time I'm asking. Please drop your questions in the chat box so that we can get back to you and answer the questions. And thank you.